Yo, what's going on YouTube? It's DLloyd. So the Brooklyn Nets this morning have announced that they have fired head coach Jacque Vaughn 1 year, less than 1 year actually, after signing a multi-year extension. Now, the timing of this is a little off. It's a little confusing, right? Because the Brooklyn Nets, yes, they have been on a slide since really January, right? They lost 18 of the last 24, so things have not looked great, including a 50-point loss to the Boston Celtics. They have been on a down trend, right? It has not been looking that good, but they're only 2.5 games back of the play-in tournament. They are currently 11th. The Atlanta Hawks are the 10th spot. 2.5 game difference, enough time to make up that gap. But maybe that is why they decided right now is the time to go into another direction, to try to turn things around and try to claw their way into a play-in spot, or go the opposite direction and try to climb their way into a better draft pick. One of the two is probably going to be the direction of the team, and we should find out pretty soon as to what direction is going to go. Now, when you look at why Jacque Vaughn is going to leave, there's no secret that a lot of the players in the locker room have not really looked at him the fondest as of late, right? Especially when you hear what Shams Charania has said about outgoing point guard Spencer Dinwiddie not really being fond of the offense, and Mikal Bridges also not being fond of the offense. Now, coming into the season, which this is kind of laughable at this point, knowing how things have turned out, Jacque Vaughn built a lot of the offense around Ben Simmons playing the point guard position. Yes, he was depending on Ben Simmons to actually play basketball, and we know that is not typically the case when it comes to Ben Simmons, right? He is there to collect his check. But regardless, that did not pan out. And then the rest of the offense was what he called a free-flowing offense, right? Didn't have a ton of structure, and apparently the players were not too fond of that idea. So it seems like he lost a little bit of locker room. That, coupled with losing 18 of 24 and then being in a pivotal situation when it comes to trying to make that in-season tournament or deciding, are we going to tank? That, I think, ultimately led to the dismissal of Jacque Vaughn at this current moment. Although a weird timing, you could kind of understand it from that perspective. Now, who is going to replace him? Who's going to be the interim coach? What is going to be the decision moving forward? Because for the Brooklyn Nets, this will be the third coach in 17 months. So, not the most stable of positions when it comes to, you know, trying to secure a great coach for the long term. So you look at the bench. Who do they currently have? Now, they hired Kevin Ollie, a former national championship head coach at UConn. He was hired in the offseason. And then you also have Will Weaver, who was a head coach in Australia and France. He was also G League Coach of the Year for the Long Island Nets. So those are the two key names to watch for when it comes to the interim head coach. At least as of me recording this, they have not announced it. Maybe by the time you're watching it, they have. But those are two solid coaches that you can give an opportunity to. I would assume Kevin Ollie will probably have the edge, but it could definitely go to Will Weaver. Maybe they look outside of the organization for the permanent head coach in the future. But weird timing of things, but it's understandable. The Brooklyn Nets need to get out of this slump if they're going to try to, you know, compete for the in-season tournament, if that's what matters to them, because now they have to make that decision. Which direction do they go? Because they're in perfect position to go either direction, either compete or don't compete, but you're going to need to do something. And I think right now is just the time that they are going to make that decision. So you guys let me know what you guys think about this in the comment section below. Do you agree with the dismissal of Jacque Vaughn? Do you think maybe he should have stood around, got a little bit more time? Do you agree with it? And who do you think will be the next head coach in the interim term? Who's the best fit? Let me know how you guys feel about it in the comment section below. As usual, hope you guys did enjoy the video. If you did, please do me a favor. Go ahead and leave this video a like. It helps me out a lot. And subscribe if you haven't already. It's DLloyd. I'm going to see y'all next time. Peace.